Peace. Welcome to Why Not Show Love Vlog Episode 4. Trust the process. What's up? My name is Why, artist and educator. I'm the founder of Creative Expressions. And I'm here to talk to you about trusting the process. This whole vlog thing I'm doing is a process in itself. And I'm learning that I manifest through aligning my mind, body, and spirit. And when those three things are in alignment, I can make anything happen. Everything got ups and downs. For example, when this lockdown happened, like most artists, I lost all my gigs, lost all my jobs, and I was angry. I was like, fuck, this shit is crazy. I don't know how I'm gonna deal with this. And there was anger, there was frustration. And I felt it for a while. It was definitely like a few weeks. I was scrambling to fill out applications for money, food stamps, you name it, disappointment and all those things. And then eventually I had to realize, wait a minute, I've been doing this for 13 years. This ain't nothing new for me. I've been through ups, I've been through downs, but what I have the process to do is analyze my perspective on things, and I just let it go. It's almost like if you're hanging on to this thing for dear life and you think you let go, you're gonna die. But to be honest, sometimes letting go is what we need to do the most, and trusting that process of letting go. So what I had to do is let go of my notions or my beliefs that things were never gonna get better. At that moment, I was like, just feeling all those feelings, and I let myself feel those feelings, but I just moved on from it. And that's part of the process for me, letting go to allow newness to arise, seeing what I have control over and what I don't. I have no choice of what's happening in the world, but I have choice over my perspectives, my thoughts, and my actions. And when I took hold of those things, that's when it started to change. Trust in the process. So the question I had to ask myself is, what benefit am I gaining from being hard on myself, beating myself up, worrying about the past? I'm not saying these things don't affect us, but how long do we allow these things to affect us? Or fuck it, I don't have no advice for anybody. Do what you want. You want to sit in misery for your whole life, do it. I just know for me, I'm learning to let shit go and move on, and address the things that I can handle and I could just take accountability for. There's a lot of things happening in this world, murdering of black people, systematic corruption, hyper-capitalism, you name it, the list goes on. And I'm empathetic and I feel all this stuff, but I'm looking at what could I do as an individual. For me, my family's from Guyana in the West Indies. And you best believe, even in my own family, there's levels of institutionalized racism, colonized mindsets. So I'm choosing to have those conversations with my family that might be uncomfortable, to break that colonizer, capitalistic influence from society that's in me. And it's probably in all of us here in America. And sometimes it's easier to point the finger and say, that's the enemy, this is that. And of course, I sign the petitions, I'm empathetic, I repost things, but I also choose not to watch no more videos of black and brown people getting murdered by police or sharing them. To me, I don't see no benefit in that. I'm aware of what happens. I've been aware of white supremacy since I was 16 years old, and I've been stopped and frisked and those things. I'm also aware of my privileges as a male and these things, but I'm looking at what I could address in my day-to-day life, because if I get sucked into certain forms, you know, I've had my own issues and deal with my own issues with anger, and I can be triggered and felt, but I have to trust in my process of healing myself, strengthening myself, becoming stronger, making a connection to things that are real, making loving connections to my people, empowering and paying fellow black and brown people through my company. I have to take my life and do what I can for my life, instead of waiting for a system that oppresses us to set us free. And like I said, I sign the petitions, I share those things, but I'm not with showing videos of me doing that. I think that personally for me, that shit is lame. I got a lot of inner work to do, and I'm pretty sure we all do. I'm gonna choose to address those issues, deal with these issues in my family. So, I have friends that are white and everything, and I see, they stand as allies, but I'm like, I personally think it might be more effective to talk to your uncle or maybe your mom or pops, that if you brought home a black boyfriend or girlfriend and they was looking at you sus, have that conversation. Talk to somebody in your family. And this goes for people of color too. You could be Asian and have a grandmother that still, holds her purse tight when they see a group of black people. Like, this is little subliminal shit that I actually think should be more addressed. And in our daily lives, who are the people who you can physically touch, talk to, and communicate? Because I think a lot of times making these things abstract moves us away from our own power. Think of what you can do tangibly with your life, with your dollars, with your time. And it's all a process. So trust in that process. So my ask to you is, what can you do? Once again, do everything your spirit hears. This ain't a fucking advice video or anything. This is just me journaling and sharing my thoughts on how I feel. And I ask myself, what can I do with my day-to-day? So what about you? What can you do with your tangible actions? What can you do within your circle? What can you do with your dollars? What could you do with your moments that just express your deepest forms of truth? And how can you live in that truth fully and let go of what's holding on to you? I know for me, ego and understanding that everything has a time. I'm probably sitting on 10 albums right now. But I have to trust in the process that it's the right time for that. And right now, this is the time. Just a grain of sun on the beach, one star in the sky, and just be the best version of me I can be. It's like the story of the princess and the pebble. Sometimes you can't sleep at night because the things that you're trying to add on are still adding on that thing that's deep underneath you and getting to the root of your problems like a garden. So find what is the root of your pain, your trauma, and shit, it might take years to undo. It's not easy, but I know that in going to the root of those things, and when you take something out at the root, you can truly heal. So ask yourself these questions, be the best version of you who you can be, and trust in the process. I'm out of here. Bang. Peace.